Good afternoon. My name is Kaushik Modi. I am a director of technology solutions at TD Securities and responsible for delivery of regulatory reporting platform here at TD Securities. Um, the regulatory reporting platform is responsible for trade transaction reporting to all the regulators that TD does business in. We utilize Solace as part of that framework, and I'm here to talk about how we have leveraged and utilized Solace and some of the other capabilities to improve effectiveness and efficiency in this trade transaction reporting platform. So, what is the definition of platform effectiveness? In TD Securities, for us, platform effectiveness is something that measures and explains what is happening in the platform right now. What does this activity compare to something that has happened in the past? And then that allows us to observe the behavior and take action as necessary. So what does it all mean? So I'm going to try and explain this in very generic terms. And then, hopefully it will help you understand these scenarios, that how we are using it. And then maybe it can be transferable to any type of applications that have, variety of events floating around, and then what can be done with it. So events in trade transaction reporting platform is, number of trades that get executed that flow through our platform. These trades then go through assessment and then eventually get reported to the regulators. The regulators then either accept or reject our submissions, and then they send back that notification to us. Additionally, we also have events that we generate utilizing Solace monitoring protocol to ensure the health and general behavior of the platform itself. What we have then done is we've taken all of these events and then we push it into different systems that do analysis. And that gives us the comparison of our current activity, overlay it as, over the past behaviors. And then we do prediction and notification if the activities are deviating from the trend. So a very simple example, as you can see on the slide at the bottom left, a daily walk in the woods. Now, I've taken this slide from NOAA, which is, the weather provider here in the US. On the left side of the slide, where you see the lower predictability, where, a trend has been established based on somebody taking a walk in the park. If the person, goes through that park every day, takes the same exact path, now you know exactly how the user is going to move. The person is going to take that walk in the park. If, there may be some, he may be a little bit off course one day because, maybe he got off balance, he got sidetracked. But as long as he's generally in the course, it doesn't matter. The picture on the right-hand side, says that, for one day, the traveler took a completely different path. What happened? So here, obviously there was a significant event, a bear sitting in the middle of a path. He had to take a different route. And these are the type of events that we need to be notified of. And then, so that's, kind of generally speaking, establishing a trend and then looking at what's happening today. And if you're off course, somebody needs to be notified. The second graph in the middle is a little bit more realistic that the World Trade Organization had used. And that's exactly doing the same thing, where it utilizes the current trend in sale of certain items, and the predictor correlates that activity, whether what's happening today is on trend above trend or below trend. And obviously, in this case, anything above trend is good for them. But in our world, it may be a problem. And so anytime we go off course, what do? We want to send out notifications so that people can jump in and take corrective action. So the way we are, putting this into context. So let's say on any given day, we are trading derivatives, roughly about 100,000 derivative trades on a given day. And we've established this trend over the course of last month. And now today, if something causes the trade trend to drop down significantly, we're only now seeing, 20,000 trades, or suddenly we are seeing 200,000 trades, then we are off course of, our kind of a benchmark of 100,000. We want to get a notification so that, people can go in and determine our system's misbehaving or our system have sufficient capacity. Similarly, on the trade reporting side of the world, the regulators mandate a specific threshold of tolerance that they will expect. So as an example, if we are submitting, let's just say 100 trades to the regulators, they expect the trade acceptance rate to be no less than 7%. So that means, they can only tolerate 3% NACs. If, however, we suddenly see that our NAC rate has gone up to 5%, regulators can come down heavily on the bank. And so our reg reporting group monitors these trends. And as soon as the NAC rate goes above a specific threshold, they want to take action, jump in and take action right away. So we've basically incorporated all of these into, different types of tools that not only harness the historic data, it looks at the current trend and then applies certain level of artificial intelligence as well as machine learning to predict and then notify or generate actions and alerts as necessary. So hopefully that gives a bit of a context on how we've utilized the events and some of the modern technology to satisfy our business requirements and improve the effectiveness of trade transaction reporting platform. We're going to go into, just wanted to quickly share the architecture that we utilize. So what does my platform consist of? Again, we have Solace that sits in the middle of our entire platform. We have a number of events that get generated. These events, as I mentioned earlier, are business-centric events. So, a trade, execution of a trade, receipt of an acknowledgement, receipt of a negative acknowledgement. We also have certain monitoring events that we generate. We constantly utilize Solace's SEMP, for example, to manage and monitor the utilization. Are our queues backing up? What kind of message rate we are seeing? And we harness all of this data into and shove them into systems that are, event trending or measuring systems. And then we provide both visualization as well as monitoring and alerting. And so for, certain types of things, we have integration connectors that we leverage so that, as soon as we notice actions or activities that are outside of our thresholds, then these systems are triggered and right teams are notified and alerted so that they can jump in and take corrective actions. So hopefully you got a general idea on how we utilize Solace, modern technology trends in increasing efficiency and effectiveness of our trade transaction reporting platform. Thank you for listening. Appreciate your time. Happy to take any questions.